yo, it's time to get lit. We getting blended with the bunch. My whole entire squad's out to lunch. Took a leap of faith and everybody jumped. The blended bunch. Spitting positive energy every Friday at 3 on WBKE. It's the blended bunch.
Blended Bees.
Another episode of the Blended Podcast.
Huh?
I feel like you had a fresh verse to go, like you was like holding off.
Yeah, a little auntie. Yo! So
Y'all hear me out there in radio world.
What's up? This is Inari.
Mikey VIP, the voice of Vegas.
And I am PXO Flow, aka Phoenix Ryan.
Phoenix O'Ranton.
Oh, rent.
I'm kind of excited about today's show, you guys.
Yes, today's show is entitled Don't Be a Dummy with a Smartphone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. I mean, how social networking has really changed the generations, you know?
Keyboard cowboys out there.
Keyboard cowboys, I love it.
Because there was a lot of people who, who just the computer age totally missed it, you know. But you were able to have access to the technology and the internet from your smartphone. Just think about that, seriously.
Okay, and I want to bring up a point to him too that's unique for you and I, because our parents are around the same age.
Yes.
So they are older generation. My father was born in 1919. He was in World War II, and my mother was born in 1932. So I grew up, the baby is 7, but to witness the change of generations. Like, I was with my father the first time we went through a drive-through, and it was so awkward to him. Like, he used to still like to drive in the middle of the road when no one else was there, because that's what you did in the olden days. You know, just little stuff.
You're right in the middle.
Right? And so it's like, and I'm like, Dad, you're riding on in between the lanes. He's like, what? There's nobody in the road. I'm like, it's against the law, man.
Ain't nobody there. I'm in the middle. So
But
I
it's just
jump out of either side. Might be a deer jumping out, or
But they never used a computer, you know? I mean, watching technology develop, which was normal for me. What's up, brother? But to watch them have to go through it. And then teaching my mom how to use a cell phone when she was 80.
Yeah, I taught my mom how to use one at 50. And I wish I never taught her how to use Facebook. She shares everything.
I disagree. Your mom is one of my top fans. I love her. She follows me. She keep me in line though too, yeah, because I know that Mikey's mom is watching certain stuff.
On your ass.
Yes.
Strangers and shit. I didn't have to hit people like, hey, don't take what my mom said literally. That's her bad sense of humor, and it's just like mine. Just think about it without a laugh at the end.
It's funny. One thing about my mom, she was following me on both networks, you know, Instagram and like what is that, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
She stays in her lane. You know what I'm saying? When it's like because I'm just out there, whatever. I don't filter my shit. You know what I'm saying? I have pictures from AVN with porn stars and all that crazy shit. She don't say nothing about that, but if it's a nice picture, you know, just a regular picture.
Looking good, son.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? She stays in her lane, doesn't say shit. If she
She's
needs to say
selective
something,
mommies
she'll call
you.
me or text me. But she don't say nothing on Facebook.
I love my mom being online because, you know, we don't live together, and I have to make sure that she's all right. And if she's online, I feel safe. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah. That's nice.
No doubt.
You're a nice
radio
boy,
chat,
Mikey.
and, you know.
Mikey, you're a nice boy.
I'm a good young man.
You're a good boy, Mikey. Taking care of your mother. Brother Tone.
What's goody?
All right, so you walked
Today's
in
topic,
after.
Don't be a dummy with a smartphone.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Tone's a promoter, so he uses his phone all the time.
Right.
He can tell you about how to utilize your phone and really make money off of that phone.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about how it affected the generations.
Oh, totally. Dumb down the generation.
See?
Thank you.
Don't be a dummy with a smartphone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I can't help it. I ask Google for a lot of shit. I have to spell a lot of words.
Oh my God, you're so silly.
I'm serious.
But that's being smart. That's utilizing it. That's you wanting to be smart, not using your phone, like you said, to be a keyboard cowboy.
Right. Because when I'm going to cuss you out, I'm going to use big old words and I'm going to ask Google how to spell them.
All right, well, I'm
They
gonna
coming
be
back at me.
I'm gonna be using the
Grammar
Google.
Nazis.
and I'm going to be looking up some stats in regards to how it has affected our generations. But first, I would just like to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Sleek Socket, sleeksocket.com. Cut the cord clutter, childproof your home, beautify your room. Go to sleeksocket.com, use promo code INARI for 20% off your entire order. That is Sleek Socket, SLEEK, SOCKET. .com, and use promo code INARI for 20% off your entire order. So go check it out. It's really cool. Mine's on the way to me now. I think I'll get them next week. I'm
I didn't
excited.
get mine yet.
You didn't?
No.
well, let me know.
Christmas?
I don't know. Did you order it? Or are you waiting for me to give you one?
I want one.
Oh, well, I have some on the way.
I want black one too.
Oh, you have black walls? It's not supposed to match the wires. It's supposed to hide the wires.
Well, if somebody ever exposed my wires, I want it to match.
Well, it comes in white.
Tell people I can't have it. I want a red one now, damn it. See through.
Getting your wires crossed. Okay, let's
Across
start
the street.
Let's start using our cell phones. Could you please,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nari, look up for me, when was the cell phone created, like the smartphone? Not the cell phone, smartphone.
First
Because the cell phones, that was different. You know, 'cause I remember my father had a cell phone.
released. We're going to talk about when the first smartphone
Yo, it
was
should be
released,
out. Remember,
okay?
it literally was like the size of a cereal box.
City of the bag.
You know? Yeah. To carry with it, because you had to have like a shoulder strap
one
to
that
carry
had
it. It was
the
almost like a
Louis
boom
Vuitton.
box.
All right, are you ready for this answer?
Okay, let's go.
Okay. People didn't start using the term smartphone until 1995, but the first true smartphone actually made its debut 3 years earlier in 1992. It was called the Simon Personal Communicator, and it was created by IBM more than 15 years before Apple released the iPhone.
Interesting.
The first one I remember was the Trio. I remember the Trio, the BlackBerry.
Yeah, BlackBerry.
You know, Nokia had stuff, but it wasn't technically smart. I remember having the phone with the text feature, but it charged you crazy if you sent one or received one.
Yeah, Palm Pilot Trio. Yeah.
I've had a lot of phones.
I had a Nextel, bro. I think I still owe them money.
Nextels were
I had
so
one of those
expensive. Do you
Yeah.
guys remember
I
that?
was going crazy on that walkie-talkie.
Yes.
The walkie-talkie
me
was
too.
actually
That was
cheaper than
supposed to be cheap.
Yes.
cheaper than the regular phone. That's how you saved on your bill.
I
Yeah.
thought the Trip was free.
The Torque was that's what I'm saying. It was free. It was more free than like the regular.
And that was Sony
Yeah.
Nextel, and then, I mean, I still owe probably Altel, Pager JJ, the King of Beepers,
Don't be.
I miss
T-Mobile,
my
my
Cricket.
sidekick.
I miss cricket.
I never got to the Cricket or the
I missed
Metros.
it.
I had an Obama phone.
I've been
I had the Trump
AT&T
phone.
for so
I stayed
long.
away from first. I stayed away from cricket because I was like, okay, that's where the trappers go. I'm like, oh, trap. That's a trap phone.
I just heard you couldn't leave town with it.
Well, at first, and then you know, a lot of phones.
That doesn't work for me.
T-Mobile, AT&T into like, satellite
I need to fly.
arrays started,
Right.
I guess circling the planet now, and everybody got access everywhere. There's supposedly no more dead zones, right?
Okay.
At this
Supposedly.
moment.
Well, that means that we have the ability to have no more dead zones. That doesn't mean they're going to give that to,
I mean,
the
If
public.
that shit was true, Amelia Earhart will be calling us from the Bermuda Triangle right now, like, yo,
found the
get
lead.
me.
I found the lead.
Exactly.
And then there's that.
You know.
I used to have the burnout phone, the one where you get it from the guy, pay the $100, and it works.
I'm gonna tell you another reason why
Yes.
the Republicans are mad too. Obama phones.
Oh yeah, I had like 3 of them.
See, that was so crazy because I didn't even know.
Disrespectful.
You know, I didn't know what that was. I had the homies like, call me on my
250
Obama
minutes,
phone. I was like,
250 minutes,
Right.
and free texting, and it was intended for you to be able to give a phone number out on an application, get a job, and have a number to call back.
Well, see, that's a
They
great
turned
thing.
it into the D-boy phone,
Well,
which was idiotic.
Idiotic because those are the phones that they definitely watching you on.
yeah.
If you don't know the science with those phones, see, a lot of people don't know when you get those phones or any phone, is certain settings that are GPS settings you got to turn off on the inside, and not just your regular inner GPS setting. You got to go into settings to
That's
turn
a
it off.
smart guy with a smartphone right
You
there.
see what I'm saying?
Turning off your location,
Exactly.
turning off your satellite, turning off your everything else.
Exactly.
we just
Fuck
watched the
around, don't get
program. It
that
was
phone calls.
editorial on CNN on when they did an experiment on hackers. This is a computer.
Oh yeah, full blown.
They can straight.
It affected the androids. This
They
is
can
another
straight
reason.
Get into your phone. They can hack into our camera. actually see me right now.
Cloned
hack into the microphone,
apps.
camera,
They're cloned apps. So you think that you're using an app that you use every day, like WhatsApp, or if there's a few others, but it's not. And then what it does, it turns on your camera without you knowing, takes pictures of you, follows your location, downloads all your stuff. It
So
was
be aware out
scary.
there, guys. I mean, there are fake apps in the App Store. You know, it's mostly affecting Androids, unfortunately, but there are fake apps. You know, just like you have fake websites now, too. There are cloned apps that they have out there in the App Store. Google Play, in the Google Play Store, they said that they have got rid of a couple of thousand of them.
Oh, I thought they said there was like 700,000.
Well, that's the malicious side of it, but Facebook and any other social media is doing the same thing, especially Facebook. They're watching you on your camera from your laptop and your phone, what have you. Why do you think?
Messenger.
My boy, I got a really good friend that works for Mac and Apple in San Francisco. When he dropped the science on me, he was like, why do you think when you're somewhere and you're on your Facebook, whether it be on your laptop or your computer, something comes up in your feed about a restaurant either you just ate at or a restaurant you might have walked by, an advertisement pops up, or
algorithms, or something that happened to me on something that I was on my phone, and I was looking something up online, and then all of a sudden in my Facebook stream, something that I was looking up online.
Algorithms.
But the worst one is like when you might be on a bus somewhere, or whatever, and you see a shorty, that you like, that you didn't even meet yet, people you might know.
Oh, that'd have been dope.
Wow,
Well, look,
stuff.
People
you just met that you didn't add yet. You didn't even add them yet. People you might know is in your feed already. Like what?
Because they were in the vicinity
I'll
of you.
explain it. Remember Minority Report? Remember that scene in Minority Report when because he was part of pre-crime, then he left pre-crime, then he tried to go back and search to see if he was going to be the one to kill him. He went to the train station and he caught his eyes when he blinked because everybody had retinal scans. And he was like, hey, Mr. Such and Such, what you like today? And it was directing ads towards him. That was to show you in the not so distant future what algorithms will do. Yes. But all of our phones, just like it receives a signal and can send out a signal, it does. So that's how easily a person, who if you're in the range of their signal. Because remember the phones had the bump, some of the phones have the bump feature.
Right.
I used to like that.
Yeah, so
I thought it was
in the same
neat.
vicinity as the same the person. Also because they're different networks, and when y'all jump on the same network, because it's satellite array, so if y'all in the same area, the same network, and with the IP address, it knows who's on what, and can be like, hey, this may be someone that you know via friends from friends and from friends.
Exactly. But I'm sat in front of TV talking to my girl or whatever, like, hey, you know that movie, The Monster Squad, and da-da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
Get on my phone, and it's in the Amazon to buy now type shit. I'm like,
That stuff is scary.
That's what I do. Yeah. I was like, I didn't type nothing. I didn't.
Yeah. My brother Supernat was the first one to trip out about that. And he definitely had an iPhone way before I had the iPhone. And he got the new one right now. He upgraded.
You got the 8 or the 10?
He had got that 8. We stopped. I'm glad we stopped at the 7, whatever.
No, we don't even have it. We still have the 6s. We still use the 6s. Yeah. I don't want to.
It's another thing too, like it's $1,000 now, huh?
For the 10.
Well, they will make you get rid of it. The iPhone. When the updates
So
come
what
in,
they do
I work
is
for Sprint. Remember
this
that?
is what Apple does. They render the technology obsolete. You will no longer be able to update your device.
That's what it does.
Exactly.
Like you remember when the Note?
It's a
remember
racket.
the Note 8,
It's a cult.
Oh, the Note, yes.
The Note 6, whatever it was, that was blowing up.
Watch your mouth, Tom.
So if you didn't return it when you got the text message, a month later, they made it where you could only charge it to 50%.
Wow.
And then they made it where you couldn't charge it no more. Like these updates would just make it. It would pretty much make it so you couldn't work your phone no more, and you had to come back in.
Incredible.
And they gave you the text message saying, this is messed up. Come bring it in, and you can get this new phone in exchange for that. And it was like, bring it back so we can hook you up. And then the people were like, I love this phone. It didn't blow up on me, so I'm gonna keep it. We're like, all right, let's hit that update button, and now you're screwed because now it's just
Deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
They do that to all the phones. They just make them so you gotta come and see it.
Well, I
The
mean,
instant
these
downgrade.
devices are definitely disposable.
Well, we live in a disposable generation now.
Yes, we do.
I mean, like our parents' generation, like we were, talking about before.
Microwave generation is what it's called.
In our parents' generation, things were built to last.
Yeah. like Tonka toys.
I was
You know,
gonna say,
now things are built to
Tonka toy,
break
what
so
about
you
radio
can
flyer?
buy it
You
again.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why I guess it still bothers me when I have to buy something that I've already bought before. And I think that's just because of being raised with, you know, my
Well,
parents' generation.
it's
It makes me mad when things break.
they took the
Who is
approach.
they?
They took
That's-
it's like
You know, the proverbial
that's
they.
another time for another conversation.
Yes.
But they took the same approach as car dealerships. You know, like every year we're gonna force you to upgrade the cars because I thought that was very silly. You know, when it comes to cars, and I think it's very wasteful. You know, even right now, like all those cars in Houston, all the cars have been on all these floods and like kind of. They said how many football fields? It's like I forget,
Oh.
100.
Several hundred football
Football
fields
fields
full of cars that were
That are
destroyed.
waterlogged, that are
And
just-
and then and there's
basically rendered junk.
except but now there's all these PSAs telling you
Don't be
what
buying
to look
cars, yeah.
for to
Carfax.
make sure, aside from the Carfax, like they had like these little things about like if you notice sand in the crevices of certain things, like I can't remember all the
Good chance that
details
car
now.
was in Lake Mead.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but yeah, they had like certain things
Or
to
your
look
car's
for.
not flood-proof.
Right.
You know, if it was extra details.
Yeah, like if there was something new in a weird place. Oh, I'm gonna use my smartphone.
See, there it is. Right now, jump on a smartphone.
See?
But just to
Fact
touch on the
checked it.
topic of the whole generational subject as far as these cell phones and smartphones are concerned and whatnot, you know, people like us, like we gradually, you know, learn it. Like we're either dumbed down somewhat, you know, by it and whatnot. But the wild thing is, our kids that are babies,
They jump on the
they
technology.
jump on the technology right away. They're wired before they come out of the womb
Yo,
for technology.
by 19 months, picks up grandma's phone, mommy's phone, daddy's phone, hits the button, swipes, pushes something, swipe.
Well, it's
and
because
like-
they
like, what are
see.
you- how in the
They-
hell
they
do you
watch
know? Exactly.
us.
She hit Buffalo Wild Wings thing like 5 times in a row from the beginning. Like she start menu, apps, and swiped, boom. Like she was about to order a 10-piece.
Oh my god!
And then
Yo,
she
but-
goes through grandma's pictures, and I'm like,
Yo,
I
but,
didn't teach
but
you
they
this
even
shit.
deeper than that. Like they can figure your code. If you
She's
got a
not
code,
through yet.
if they
Like,
figure,
that's
they can figure your
crazy.
code out without even knowing. Like they are that tech savvy. They can hack into your phone. Like
genius.
that's so crazy.
yeah, it's
You
dope.
know, like so that's just the whole that's just a allegorical thing about that.
I started writing my lyrics on my phone, man.
Don't be mad.
Now, you know what, because I used to talk shit.
What's
when
your
I-
name, Drake?
especially-
Is your
that's
name
what I'm saying,
Drake?
Especially because he was the first one that I seen in the studio doing that. Like on his phone, I was like, nah, dude, I see again, technology is changing the way we write rhymes. Nobody's
about-
even writing songs anymore.
What about voice typing?
I
I've been passed up the right.
I
I voice type.
also voice type now.
I try to avoid that once in a while when I just
Fucks
don't
up
feel
my
like
words,
typing,
shit,
but
you know.
I kind
I'm a
of
big
I go with
You're
it.
You know what?
futuristic
You know what?
feed.
You know what? Because
Come on,
I think
son.
because that's why and how I can do albums now in a day's time. Because it's
Composition
easier.
book.
Yeah, because sometimes my brain it's definitely working faster than my pen can write it. You know, and I ain't
Then I
gonna
gotta ask Google how to spell that big ass 4-syllable word, and you know, then I fuck up my flow. I'll just rather say it, and go back and correct
You just
it.
got to think about there are a lot of words in the English language that we use and have never spelled before.
Word.
So it's like how you gonna?
Oh, we
ever-
come up with that all the
a
time.
lot of times. I was like, I get stumped on it. Like, wait a minute, is that the correct way to spell that? I never had to spell that before. Don't be a dummy. It's smart though.
I do a lot of stuff. Go to our Google searches, everybody.
I definitely got
Well,
I
that's
back up
how
my
they got the
lyrics though,
algorithms.
because it's just like, man, you know, the phone, like if anything happened to the phone, fall, crack, whatever would have, you got that back up the lyrics. But I also think about just the fact that, okay, again, back on the hacker situation, your email addresses, your passcodes. I mean, it's like once they have that, it's basically a
saying.
wrap. I know I don't even want to pull mine out because now I be trying to get her to do it because I use my notes now for everything. Like it's now on my shopping list when I'm
Right.
gonna go shopping. It's my to-do list.
Oh, yeah.
It's the calendar. I be sending them to Tony. Like, I'm like, okay, this is our calendar for next year. I write on the phone now. The phone is like, it has definitely replaced a pad or a pencil, a book for me. I don't even do it anymore. I got books back from 1989. I still have rap books. It's like
I still have my
don't-
first pads.
I still like writing though. I do like writing, like actual physical writing.
Yeah.
This technology is just actually taking away. You know, I mean, we graffiti writers. You know what I'm saying? I just write all the time, just on anything, a piece of paper, a piece of tissue, a piece of like, just.
I still
writing.
do.
And that's what
like
happens
writing
sometimes too, like, so, because like if you doodle something, you think about a rhyme, you think about a song, or just something that you need to remember. You might write it in regular English, but you touched on a good point. You might write it in graffiti, but you might rush and write it so you won't forget it and whatnot. And you go back to it, and you know your own handwriting, but sometimes you root to what is that?
All
What
Rakim
is that?
lyrics is written in graffiti.
What is that?
All Rakim lyrics, graffiti, graph, like sick. KRS-One, a lot of his rap books, all graph, super duper sick. I'm like, that was hip hop.
Exactly.
That was the music, the technology changed so much.
My handwriting changes from, like, I would look at my book and it would change color of ink and handwriting every time I stopped and went.
Remember the pens that they had 3 colors?
Yeah.
Click, 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 click.
Exactly. Red, white, blue.
I had the pastel ones that had the purple, the pink, the light blue, the light green.
Composition notebooks.
Exactly.
Loose leaf.
Trapper
The
keepers.
trapper keeper.
I have
the
a
number 2 pencil.
Yep.
I have competition. I have competition. I have composition books right now because I'm that kind of nerd.
But when those little debacles come about, that's why the smartphone is very good with, like you said, with the voice texting or the notepad and so forth, because it'll come
How
out
do you
clear English.
feel about this new facial technology?
Nah, I mean, well, for one, I don't dig any of it. You know, if y'all know me, y'all know Phoenix Ryan, my wild sick
I
ass
was
fans.
weirded out.
I don't dig any of the. You are the one who you advanced me to the iPhone.
Oh, I know.
And the reason why I didn't dig the iPhone wasn't gonna do it because of like the fingerprint.
The fingerprint kind of freaked me out at first. Now I like it.
I wasn't with it.
I just don't like how you can't
See, they fishing us and reeling us in with accessibility.
Right.
Oh, I don't feel like putting my code in every time. I don't feel like doing that. So just think. So now with facial recognition technology on your phone, that means, okay, it's already, you guys, you must have ID, right? Everybody got ID, your picture, your ID.
Right.
Because I wonder how some criminals, I'm like, how did they get that picture of him? He probably had a driver's license or an ID.
Right.
So in his driver's license, you know, you're already in the database. Your face is already in the database. And how facial technology, how it works, it's almost like the same technology that they use for these new Pixar films and stuff like that. It's like these little dots. It has these
They
little
got it
dots.
on video games now. Play 2K, you can get your
Ridiculous.
own face in the game.
In the game, like this.
And it's animated.
I remember I went to one of the with at the EDC. The EDC with the that's like the video game convention, and they created my own face. And I didn't want to even get in there. I was just like, man, but the tech, I can't stop the technology.
Right.
You know, I know about it. It's been warned about it, but it's like
Well, it's funny.
it doesn't have to be Terminator.
With the whole Apple and Android, debate as far as like being privatized and non-encrypted and encrypted and stuff. Like that, exactly what you're talking about, fingerprint, facial technology, and so forth. Like everybody tries to say, oh yeah, you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want on the iPhone because it's a whole private network and so forth. The fact that they're collecting all that,
Yes.
like I said, my same Apple guy said, yeah, it's kind of encrypted and kind of private. Like it doesn't come out on whatever networks for whoever's watching, but they still got it. Apple's still in cahoots, just like Android with your email, whatever. If they want to see what they need to see, or look at your records, whatever, find out certain things, they could find out.
Well,
Facts.
I remember hearing when I worked at Sprint, that incident that happened in San Bernardino or something where there was a shooter or something going on, and they knew who it was, and they would not, Apple would not allow them.
Yeah, to open his phone.
Oh.
And I agreed. Like I knew, that was a serious case, but I agreed with Apple's rules and policies also.
Oh yeah, because that's a
Like,
very slippery slope. If you allow it for one, then that's just going to let them do it for everybody else.
I just knew what they were doing, and it was just like,
I appreciated that about AT&T.
It don't need to get worse than the Patriot Act already is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like at any given time, they can just from your searches, from the things that you search, they can say you are
Suspect.
You're a terrorist, conspiracy,
Come
conspiracy
with
against the
us for
government,
72 hours, we don't got to tell you nothing, and we're going to
And we can
dump
hold
you in
you.
the alley.
and we can hold you.
That's right.
You know.
Matter of fact, give me your kids and your mom and everybody else too for this time.
That's just not even cool.
Again, back on the like some of our parents missing the whole computer generation. My dad wouldn't do it. Just was not with it. Just not going to be on the computer. I mean, for one, you don't have to say nothing about my father. He never learned how to type. You know, so if you can't type, no computers. You know, I barely had computers in our schools in you know, in the hood in Brooklyn. We didn't have computers. We only had access to computers by the time I reached high school. A good friend of mine, Leon Ferrer, he had I remember the first times actually seeing the internet. It was DOS. We went to it wasn't Pratt. What's the fashion FIG Fashion Institute? Because he was going to the Fashion Institute. He took me with him one day. He went to a class into the computer room. He was doing something on the computer, and I'm looking like, what? I said, "Are you talking to somebody somewhere else right now, like a computer, like a phone?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm talking to somebody in another building." I'm like, through the computer? It just was mind-boggling.
Wait, so you didn't get to play Oregon Trail when you were in school?
She forgets I'm black. She forgets that I'm really
See, this is the
know.
thing.
Oh, you're black?
Not to cut you up, like it's where I lived at. Where I lived at, in on my
he's got
side
some
of
Indian in
Flatbush,
Yeah.
in the hood in Veer, my building was zoned to be shipped out to South Shore, which was in a white
Oh,
neighborhood.
see, South Shore.
Or Roy H. Man, I should say junior high, Roy H. Man, and South Shore actually too. You know, that's where I graduated high school from. But if you were on another side, you Tilden and Erasmus. So long story short, I was fortunate to see computers early, junior high school, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade. There was the Radio Shack computers, the TRS-80, and then the original Macintosh, not Mac,
Macintosh,
Apple
yeah. I had
computers.
those.
Floppy disk,
I had
Exactly.
those. I got introduced to the Macintosh, those little tiny ones, when I was on yearbook and newspaper when I was in high school. But the first computers that I was introduced to, I was in elementary school. A little thing called Project Challenge because I was a smart kid. And then, so then we had access to that, you know. And then you learned how to, you know, make a little program, you know, run DOS run.
Exactly.
You know,
We just do the run thing, whatever we go, we'll do different shades, whatever, all that. And I think IBM had a early computer too that we used to use and so forth. But yeah, that was.
it's funny that you
In a
remembered
way,
the make and
yeah,
model
in a
of
way,
it.
I felt like Pop. He felt like since he missed the technological age, he made sure. Because I was at the time I was the youngest. He made sure I had starting off with the handheld head-to-head football. Remember the boxing one they used to have.
He was spoiled.
No, yes, oh, you know that. ColecoVision,
Prince.
Nintendo, like every game system, the Atari expansion module, and that's what got me. First of all, just to become tech, just wondering about technology and just to learn how to work like the inner workings of a computer. Because and nowadays, y'all, it's in everything now. It's in our stove. You know, it's in your car.
Oh yeah, well the smart appliances scare me, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want my appliances communicating with me. I don't.
Being able to tell the refrigerator, like, well, the refrigerator telling you, I'm out of milk.
Yeah.
AI.
Artificial intelligence. What's that one? Enemy of the State? I think it was based on with Will Smith, that movie, when it was his Big Brothers and watching everywhere.
Then there was some, I forget what the other new movie
Well, I
was,
mean,
but-
Will Smith, too, you want to talk about AI with Sonny.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence.
You know, all the Tom Cruise movies, all the Will Smith movies.
Think about it, y'all.
They are teasing us with a little bit of truth.
Started with I
every
got
time.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. You
Art
got
imitates life.
You gotta be
Yes.
honest. You know, with Running Man, because even the movie Running Man was before they had the show American Gladiators.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was a precursor to that. A lot of his films, he was Predator, the original Predator, technology, alien technology, and Predator 2. If you watch it, guys, with Danny Glover, they predicted marijuana going legal. Remember, because
You know it,
remember
though.
the
We
Dread
all
was in the
know.
movie when they hung him upside down. The Predator was,
yeah.
he jumped in the car to talk with the Dread. And he was smiling. He said, "I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid of Screwface. Screwface give me 10,000 that worse than you." And he was like, "Coffee, y'all know movies. Come on now." Look it up right now, y'all smartphones, y'all don't believe me.
Geek
But
Squad.
one of my favorite commercials, just to finalize that point, right now is a new Google commercial. It's like Speaker Pod. That's called
yeah.
Google and stuff.
What's her name?
What's her name? Her name is Google, whatever. But one of the
I only know Siri and
part
Alexa.
of the part of the commercial says, you just say whatever you want and it'll understand and find whatever you need. So
Is that
my
the
favorite part-
Sonos?
No, it's a Google. It's a Google product. It's a new Google speaker, whatever. Does whatever you want. But long story short, it like says, if you have a funny accent or nobody can understand you, it understands you. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it says like, some guys, give me that song by Peter, Bjorn, and whoever, whatever, blah blah blah. If you don't know that song, it'll automatically do it. But if you don't know the name of the song, you say like, give me that hipster song with the whistling, and it'll come on. Like
Because-
description, like I'm like
Because
wow,
you know why?
that's deep.
I do find myself looking up things sometimes on Google where I don't know how to describe what I'm looking for, so I almost have to put a whole sentence in.
Yes.
And
That
They
just
co-
means
they-
that their search
they
parameters
collecting data.
are, yes.
Yeah.
remember Jeeves? Y'all remember
Yeah,
that?
Ask
Ask
Jeeves.
Jeeves,
Yeah.
like, the Yahoo search and everything. It's like Google.
They
white
still that, remember that
all
one
over.
yeah.
Well, listen,
There used to be
if
a
you
little
remember,
dog on your
They
computer.
have whole
Yeah.
offices of people all day just like
well, think
collecting
about,
data.
I
collecting data
remember,
and sending it out to you. Like Google is a juggernaut with that shit.
well, I remember when it was the Earthlink days, okay?
Earthlink.
Earthlink and AOL
Yeah,
days,
right.
okay? And I remember, having discussions with the Detroit, the Wayne State debate team. So, they
Yeah.
were extremely analytical about this shit. But they were saying, they were describing how it was going to be as the information is collected, because as people are searching and as people are uploading, it's just an infinite database of information. And we were wondering at that point, and we are still having this conundrum today, how do you police and monitor what goes on the internet? Because it's impossible. It is infinite.
Well, aren't we only getting? Can you look up the actual right now in your smartphone percentage of the web that we as society have access to? Because as you know, there's a dark web. And on the dark web, that's when you can buy a body part.
And then in Britain, you got the interweb.
You can buy
This is the interweb.
etherwebs. Over in China and Asia and certain third world countries where they just turn the internet off on you if they get mad.
Oh, for real.
No
No
Hulu,
internet for you.
no Netflix and chilling, no Hulu.
You guys are grounded. We're
You
checking
will
in.
not see Stranger Things.
Man, I gotta get on that stuff. I tried watching the first season, and
Mikey, don't be a dummy with your smartphone, man.
Honestly.
You can watch it on your phone. See,
I
watch
have
it on your
Netflix
phone.
on this bad boy
See,
right here.
Hulu is free.
I finally caught it the other day.
I watched Sophia the
Glad I
First,
seen it.
Yeah.
Trolls.
Oh,
I love
I
Trolls.
watched the Smurfs. They
Love
took
Trolls.
away Minions. You know what I'm saying? Like Pepe runs my world, and I gotta
Yeah.
watch the
Yeah,
shit.
there's certain stuff that we all do, and that's cool. That's why we are the blended bunch in the house. Me and our two daughters, we all love the same thing. We're Marvel buffs. We all love the same stuff.
Right.
When
Okay.
it comes to cartoons and and which is cool because it's just me in the house with a bunch sometimes with 3 girls. And it's like, usually as a man, you'd be like, let's watch this, guys. You'd have to jump through hoops to be like, do you guys like this? And they on me. Like, I can't watch my programs now without them. Just seriously, Flash, Arrow, like
We have a
Gotham.
superhero family.
I can't.
Our girls are little
What? You
superheroes.
watch this without me? I'm sorry, I'll watch it again.
So
Oh,
you
our
into
girls get
Defenders and all
mad.
that stuff?
They get mad. All the superhero stuff. All the new stuff, Gifted. Yes, the new one, Gifted, is on. The Inhumans. The
Inhumans
dope.
is good too. Okay, I have an answer for you before we.
Gotcha.
Okay, the deep web is 4,000 to 5,000 times, 4 to 5,000 times larger than the web you can find with Google, and that number is growing.
So percentage-wise, like they said,
Basically,
we're only getting basically
1 in 500th is basically or I'm sorry, 1 in 5,000
we get the
seems.
We
So
get the fifth.
the rest is.
We get 5 cents. We get a nickel off the internet.
No, I think that's less. 1 in 5,000.
5,000. Oh, 5,000.
Yes,
Oh, damn.
One
fractions of a
5,000.
penny.
Yes.
We getting a Lincoln.
We gotta upgrade. We gotta upgrade our like internet. Is there something where you can pay and like
See,
get
I
a
have
pass?
I have a couple hacktivist friends, and they don't even go.
Called hacktivists.
That's the name for it.
They're
Hacktivists.
hacktivists.
It's like you're activists
Hackers.
on the internet.
There's that, yeah. So I have a
And then you have Legion.
Trying to buy a loan.
I am
love.
not Legion.
Yeah, but they are afraid of the dark web. They don't really go on unless they absolutely have to, and especially because of the high clearances they have, because they work with securities, data securities and stuff. So for that, they're really watched.
So you
Especially
like,
the government really watches, and they know when you have that technological capability, and so he has to be very, very careful with
We
what
are
he does.
all right now living in the day and time.
Of Big Brother
where-
watching.
Yes. When I first read the book Illuminati 666 back in the early 90s, and it really emphasized on what Big Brother was, the establishment, the Bilderbergs, the Trilateral Coalition, like actually giving me names now.
Right.
Because everybody can speculate. A lot of y'all out there, y'all just speculate. Don't be a dummy with a smartphone. Nowadays in time, certain names like the Bilderbergs, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, you can research these people and look at things that they created and how they rule today through even like
Well, that's the
Ted
elitist-
Turner, Warner Brothers, Sony.
The elitist
all these-
class system.
Yes, the upper class.
there's only so many media platforms. There's only so many.
Yeah.
What was it?
And I was wondering how they was going to do it really quick to get to my point. And even to go quote the Bible, saying in the last days that she will not be able to buy and sell unless they have the mark of the beast in the palm of their hands or their forehead. And the mark of the beast is the name and the number of the man. And that number is 6366, which means 666. So I was wondering how they're going to do it, right? I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind right now. Where we hold our phone all the time.
All right.
Palm of our hand. When you're talking to it, where you put it. I got the mark of the beast in the palm of my hand and in my forehead. Through the knowledge, guys, it's right there in the Bible. This is not me. I mean, I'm Jehovah's Witness. Hove! Me and him used to go to the same kingdom home when we was kids. There's a lot of that stuff I didn't want to acknowledge, Mikey, because the Islamic Muslim side of me was like, that's all, that was all, what we would say, astaghfirullah, which means that's against the law. That's astaghfirullah. But, hey, y'all, it is what it is from that, y'all, because how else were they going to do it? I was like, you can't put but some people are actually taking the physical chip. There are societies, I watched a documentary of societies right now over in Europe, of people we're talking about the upper class, where you can't even enter certain bars and clubs unless you have the chip, unless you're chipped up.
That's super serious.
There's a family here in the United States of America, one of the first families that all of them are chipped. I met a guy who was chipped. He was in the Navy. He's actually one of the co-creators of AT&T. I went up to his house.
Oh yeah, because
He
they're
invited me there.
high-profile
yes,
people.
Yes, he was, and it bugged me out that he
That's
was so
why he
open
did it.
to me about it.
Well,
He's
those
like,
are
that way they
probably
can
people
find
that
me.
are probably chipped openly and what have you. Honestly, I'm a conspiracy theorist, just like the next dude one. Now, honestly, I think a lot of people are chipped and they're pushing the chips on us on the low, the nano chips and what have you. Every time they tell you, every year, this time of year, go get your flu shot. Get your flu shot.
Oh, yeah.
Get your flu shot. Flu shot. What the fuck you need a flu shot for? How many people are
Okay,
getting
you
flu?
know what?
People are getting regular colds. No, not
Well,
everybody has a flu.
I want to
A
dedicate
flu
an
is a
entire
specific
show
type
to
of cold.
vaccinations.
We're gonna do a vaccination
Yeah.
show, guys.
You feel
I
me?
do want
Like-
to touch on that issue.
Yeah.
too.
Get out of here.
Because my parents didn't.
And I have a couple
I'm
of
not
people to
vaccinated.
call
You
for
got
that.
the big scar.
Dude, that's my thing. See, when I was locked up, Rikers Island is being jailed in the summertime, the heat, and I noticed on a lot of people's arms, but see, my sister's generation, my older brothers did too, their generation.
That was the
they
polio
would have
vaccination
that
they did,
shot on
and
the
it wasn't
arm.
a shot. It was what it was. It was
Like a little prickle thing,
yeah,
almost
it was
like how they do the
well, no, it was
the hepatitis. B
sort
type
of.
thing.
It was almost like a flat, like almost like a razor thing, and the way that they had to put it into your skin,
Dude,
and
it's
that's
like
what
they marked
created.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody had this mark on their shit.
But that was a generation before us that they did those types of vaccinations.
I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
You gotta be careful with this shit. Bottom line, like this government, this country is doing everything in their way to do some kind of system of control. It's the matrix.
Well, they've been doing that for generations.
Can I
Actually,
say something?
since
Can I say
this
something on
country
that
was
note, too?
started.
Can I say something on that note too? Because I'm older and I'm getting wiser. People need to be controlled. There must be a system of control. There must be a system, because control equals to me order. Now, our certain controllers and our masters right now, do I agree with them? No. The powers that be, no. But I don't want to do what Trump is doing right now, which is wanting to wipe away things without having something already, a system already in place to replace it.
Yeah, he's just trying to erase Obama's legacy just for the fact of erasing it.
Just everything that he's done. The Republicans.
Do you think it's a personal tiff? Like
It's
they're
personal.
going back and forth?
It's
It's personal, and it's because he's black. I'm just gonna say it straight up.
Yeah, just
bottom
live
line.
it. We can
Because a
say
black
that.
man did it. Okay, I gotta wipe it out and make another.
Well, he already made
thing.
that clear.
Bomb.
He
Okay.
said that. He already
Let's
said
keep
he
it
was
funky.
doing
I
that.
don't give a fuck if Hillary, Trump, Michelle is in office.
Yeah.
There's still somebody doing this.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, sure indeed.
100%.
But Trump specifically, we know obviously
His
that's why
personal
he's doing
agenda.
that. Because if it wasn't nobody else and the healthcare was how it was, he wouldn't be saying nothing.
See, everybody
It
forget
would've been the
about.
same.
Yeah, they talk about always the
Front man.
the face guy.
Yeah.
Why do you forget about Parliament? He can't.
He can't do shit unless he
And
gets
this is
approved.
why he
Well,
got so
the House.
frustrated.
It's we don't
you know,
have Parliament.
He's used to, well,
We're not in England, baby.
I know, right? Yeah, Congress.
we have the House of Representatives.
Well, see, I beg to differ. Like,
I
it
know.
honestly
He owns
goes,
it.
just like you just mentioned, all these Rothschilds and Rockefellers and Bilderbergs, it actually still goes and leads right back to the Queen. So
I
don't
know.
get it
That's
twisted,
the
baby.
bloodlines. The
Yeah.
bloodlines.
Don't get it twisted. So yeah, Parliament is involved in some way, shape, or form. You know, across the pond, sending them boats and then pulling them straight.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't
That's all I
actually
gotta
get
say.
away. Yeah, with the red coats, like
Facts.
we didn't totally get away
facts,
from.
yo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Watch them red carpet events. Those are
Exactly.
those are the bloodline. That's what that red carpet.
See, I would
represents.
actually like to dedicate a show to policy and procedure of politics, and we have a
That's
couple of
another
local
one.
politicians
We got
that
two.
we can bring in.
We got two coming up.
Yeah. So
we
I'm
got
excited.
vaccinations and we got the policy. I like that. You know, this is free form. You know, we can talk about
Bloodline shit, that's why you think they got rid of Diana. They was like, nah, son.
Oh,
We
yeah.
ain't bringing
Well,
this
See,
in.
okay,
she
that's-
was
you know,
a
that
blood
reminded me.
sacrifice. Like, see, don't
Yeah, she
don't
was.
stop me to like. I
think she was?
This other. No, I know she
Yeah.
was. We can talk about the tunnel, the way things were done. A lot of these people are blood sacrifices.
Oh,
They stopped on
absolutely.
that bridge, it was a wrap.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
these.
Yeah, sacrifice / you wasn't messing up that bloodline with this, you know,
JFK.
this honestly non-Anglo person.
And again,
Bottom line.
people, a lot of these things that we're saying, man, you can always fact check us. You can always hit us up on our social networks. We are the
Please
Blended
do.
Podcast on YouTube. We on that Twitter.
Get on the Twitter. I
Holler
love
at
the
us, man.
Twitter.
Right now, we going live, man. Right now, if y'all want to contest anything that we saying, y'all please pick up y'all smartphones, man. Y'all use that and be like, hey, wrong facts, but we want to be right. We want to be
Yeah,
right.
Feel free to
absolutely.
call in too. What's the number?
702-749-9874.
That's
And I'm gonna start making these aluminum foil helmets too.
The tinfoil helmets, right?
Tin foil. Aluminum
Yes.
foil. It depends on who you are. We're gonna give you tin or aluminum. But yeah.
Can I have cat ears on mine?
I'm gonna make them like they do at that restaurant, the Dick's Last Resort, you know? With aluminum.
So I snuck the phone on my pops. Cause
Back to the story.
Yeah, because seriously, he wouldn't, like, he was so against it, and I was like, well, I know he ain't gonna get on
Did
Facebook.
he still have a landline? Because a lot of people don't even have landlines now.
Right there, he was in Restoration Plaza.
Okay.
So, but they did give him a phone. Like, I think
Okay.
it was one of my sisters, the one that I gave him. He had one of the old flip
He had a flip phone.
Had one of the old regular flip phones. Right?
I upgraded him.
DJ Shakespeare, you got a flip phone. I like that.
Shake in the building. Shouts out to DJ Shake, man.
And Spinks got a flip phone. He just has
In the Beat League.
a few minutes or like just like a little prepaid
Wow,
card
that's
for
crazy.
internet on iPhone on the side. But everything else, calls, text, whatever, on his flip.
I think it's because of the mass texting capability. I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
Out of that flipper.
So I know I was sending a multi-platinum, multi-award-winning porn star to meet my father, who is in the Nation of Islam and the Black Panthers. So I was like, wow. And plus, I wanted him to upgrade his life. How do I do this? I didn't tell either one of them what the plan was.
I
'Cause
had
was just
to-
like, I'm just gonna make this happen.
Like, do I have time to tell the story? It's a
Yeah,
good
she was
story.
in New York, real quick. She was in New York. She had, in New York to go handle some business. And I was like, yo, I want you to go see my pops while you're here. Because I wanted to get him the phone anyway. So I
So
said,
she was talking without you?
Yo, bro, they didn't know each other.
He's
They never
no, he
spoke on
threw
the
me
phone.
to the damn wolves. Let me tell you. He said, "Hey, you still going to New York?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, guess what?" He goes, "You." He said, "Look," he's like, "You're gonna go meet my dad and give him this phone." I'm like, "I'm sorry." Say what?
They didn't even know how each other looked.
So it's like, I'm like, "All right, great. So you're
from
gonna
Brooklyn?
Yeah.
you're."
he
Oh
went to
yeah.
Brooklyn,
No, I went to Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, Restoration Plaza. Right
Yeah.
On Fulton Street. Right on Fulton Street.
I mean, I wasn't
Fulton, no
scared.
Street.
I-
No, really, Fulton Mossy Ave.
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't. Whatever. I grew up in Detroit. I'm not worried about the people, but the people were tripping out on me. They're looking at me like, "What is this white girl doing here?" Because I'm sitting there at the Applebee's just waiting for Moses. And it was, I'm gonna go into detail on this story later when we get your pops on the phone. But it was intense. And so so we go to the phone store. And he's, upgrading to the smartphone. And it was the most hilarious. The way that these people are looking at this dude, because they're looking at his numbers. Because they wouldn't they had to do it manually, all the numbers in his smartphone. Because
He got numbers like Reverend Sun Young Moon.
Dude, it was so funny. Cause
Like Farrakhan's like direct on the hip.
So dude is going through this and he starts chuckling and laughing and he's looking at the phone and he's looking up at Pops and he's looking at his phone and he starts laughing. He's like, "What's so funny, young man?" and he goes, "The White House." Really?
Oh yeah. I remember when
He goes,
personal number. I was like, "Pop,
"I don't need." And he's all.
I'm not calling Michelle." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Son, just in case. I don't know what you're doing out there. And you in the West Coast, and you might need it for something you're doing."
I am never gonna need to call Michelle Obama's cell
no
phone.
reason.
So anyway, so this dude is just looking at this man all dressed in white, mind you, because it was Sunday, so he was white, everything head to toe. Like I said, look at my Moses.
Yeah, white too.
Yes,
all white.
yes. And he looks up and he goes, "Well, that's why you need to always be careful, young man, because you just might never know who you may be in the presence of." And the guy just looked at him, and I was all, "Preach."
Yo, to be on that note, that's how Pop taught me how to rock. Because I was doing a lot of community shows for like my uncle, doing a lot of stuff for like the elders, in the community. So we couldn't, me and Supernat, all of us, we couldn't cuss in our lyrics. Because we were actually doing shows for people who were ages from 5 to like 70,
Right.
in our community. Which is how I did the show from Nelson Mandela at the time, the real name, Mandela Effect. But
This was before or after he died?
Technically after.
I'm messing with you.
he supposedly
Died in
was
prison.
supposed to be already dead, died in prison. And I'm sitting there watching him after we did the show.
How am I performing for you, bro?
Huh?
So how am I performing for
I
you,
know,
bro?
right?
It's the ghost. No, but yeah, so that was amazing watching him upgrade to a smartphone,
This
and now
also
he's
took
on the
over the map.
Facebook.
It took over the map. Like my father, like I used to know how to taught me how to read maps.
I had a Rand McNally map the size of that on my wall, and that is how I decided to actually move to the West Coast, because I threw a dart at it. I literally threw a dart and see where it landed.
What's the big ones they used to have? Like the truckers, like everybody. This one's certified.
It was an Atlas, something
not the
Atlas,
word Atlas. No, there was
Road
one.
Atlas.
Not the Road Atlas. Something one standard one. Hey, let's check it on the smartphone. Smartphone. Check that one for me. Smartphone.
I don't even know how to search that now. What?
See, a
Say it
C.
as blatantly as he said it. What's the book that we used to use? Like, that's how you have to talk to it. And that shit comes up.
Road
It has an algorithm for you.
from the 90s, I'll say from the 80s.
I remember actually seeing the Google cars ride around with those huge mirror satellites on the top, and I was kind of asking, like, what is that for? What is it doing?
All they gotta do is drive around.
Thomas Brothers.
The Thomas Brothers. See, the
I remember
Thomas-
now.
See?
Those were the ones,
That's 'cause
man.
I was
For
driving
every
across
area.
country, you know what I'm saying? From to North Carolina, with my parents frequently in the summers, you had to have that Thomas.
Yes.
Thomas guide.
Thomas Guide.
Thomas guide. I remember that, and I remember having to have it too.
Every
when I
city
touched
had
down on the
them.
West Coast.
Every city, and they were like the best, man. Oh, I miss those
But
kinds
just
of.
think of the person who had to actually write it and
That's a
create it and develop it.
team. That's a lot of research. That's
You
a
know?
team of people.
See, again, now with computers, a lot of stuff was scanned in. Like I used to do it. I was when I worked for Billionaire Mafia, I was actually doing data entry.
Data entry.
As well as their
That's the worst.
That killed me. because again, apps were just created, so a lot of these fashion websites were developing apps like Vogue, you know, the rest of them started having like their websites and their chat rooms. Remember chat rooms and message boards?
There was a lot of those, remember?
I had to go on them. I had over like 500 that I had to
Message
enter.
boards. Do people still use message boards?
I mean, yes, they do.
I guess like colleges and stuff, maybe.
They got swallowed up by blogs. Everybody got something to say.
A blog or a blog.
Message boards.
Thank you very much, Perez Hilton.
Became popular, you know, because they were good marketing tools. Like they were using a lot of college kids and a lot of interns to help market stuff. Like that's like when that whole music
I blew up.
started,
Yeah,
you know,
college,
whatever.
like radio.
Right.
My music.
The digital music boom came about, and even film stuff. That's whatever my business partner in New York, my old friend and bestie Miguel, he used to work for there's a company called UBO. And when that brother George Jackson, you know, industry executive, started as one of the first blacks to create like a digital.
Wait a minute, UBO. What was UBO for? Urban. What was it?
Urban Box Office.
Yeah, I remember that.
Urban Box Office. They had something called Soul Cafe or Soul something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Why does that sound familiar to me?
Because everybody knows it was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was a big deal
That
at one
goes
time.
back
This
like
guy
a
helped
box. Yeah.
a lot. Long story short, but he had a whole office of dudes on the computer, on the chat room, marketing music, getting feedback, whatever. And they was on all day. These kids, they made a bunch of bread. That internet marketing shit in the beginning with chat room.
Oh man, you remember all the internet startups that made all those billions?
We might get a call. That's Little Easy, yo. We supposed to have Little Easy in the studio today, y'all. Just, you know, as a matter of fact, that's him right now. He just hit me up on my smartphone. He said he had to pull on the side of the road, charge his phone, and ask can he call in. So he may call in these last couple of minutes that we had here.
Awesome, yeah, he's got.
He's
got 4 minutes.
Yeah, they was actually supposed to be doing a show tomorrow, him and Yella, the Hempfest. They were supposed to be doing, and then I heard that they had lost their venue. He had just told me.
Hempfest lost their venue?
Yeah, they lost their venue, and they weren't doing the show. And he said that then they told him that he is doing the show because he lives out here too. Him and Curtis Young.
All right, well, hopefully he can call in real quick.
Shouts to them, man.
Ooh, there he is.
Shouts to them. What's up?
We got 4 minutes.
All right. What's up, caller? You on the air? What's going on? That's my boy right there, yo. That's Little Easy, y'all, right now. We in the Blended Podcast. So it's all good, play. We got like 8 more minutes, man. What you got going on real quick?
I'm actually headed out your way, man, to Vegas for a Hempfest show.
Yella gonna be rocking the show with you. You gonna be doing some of your pops joints?
Yep. Yellow flies in just about 6 o'clock this evening. I get in about 5 o'clock.
That's what's up. So, when you get a chance, when you get into town, man, hit me up with that with information for that new venue. So yeah, there it is, y'all. Y'all got it. Your boy Lil Easy.
It'll be at the it's called the Boyta Indian Dispensary.
Oh, it's the new Indian dispensary that they have on their property. I forget the name of that. Use your smartphone real quick, look that up. So we're gonna try to shout that out for you real quick, man. So your boy Lil Easy is on the road right now, man. He on that I-15. He showed us some love right now on the Blended Podcast, calling us up, man, to come do it. I definitely want to see you tomorrow, man. I want to see you. I ain't see Yella. Wow. Oh wow.
Is that the Paiute tribe?
Yeah, the Paiute tribe. One of the Paiute tribe dispensary.
Yeah, there you go. Paiute tribe dispensary.
That's what's up. So y'all Las Vegas, you heard it. Y'all come out, man. Hempfest, y'all come out, support that, support our community, man. Vegas strong. Your boy Lil Easy gonna be rocking them all, rocking that NWA. Should have known by now. Easy does it.
West, y'all.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Real quick, so I mean, sometime soon, brother, I definitely want to get you up here, man. I want to tell you about, I got a couple of stories about your dad. I got my own Easy E stories. When I met Easy, I actually met him, you know? I can really say that, man. I met him, I shook his hand a couple of times, actually. Yeah, man.
We'd love to have you in the
brother,
studio.
man. We love all his contributions, man. And looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, man. Thank you so much for calling in. You got anything else you want to shout out? I remember last time I seen you was at the house in the backyard. And you got your little product, man. You had the little magnifying glasses for the trees. You still got that proper Easy?
Oh, yeah. Like that, we got a whole lot of things popping, but I actually turned into a studio. So I do some production work, so I got the old Rick Rose account, my EP coming soon, the top of next year.
That's what's up. Yellow Brick Road coming next year. That's your boy Little Easy, man. Thanks for calling in, my dude. Blended Podcast. Like I said, hit me up when you touch down. You know, we put something in the air.
I appreciate y'all be paying for me, brother. I have no trouble, but I appreciate it.
Thank you, my team. One love. Travel safe.
Peace.
Peace.
That's awesome. Hey, what is his social network? Throw that out
Shout
there.
out to Lil Easy.
It's all Little Easy.
All Little Easy, okay.
L-I-L.
L-I-L, yup. Yeah, he the only one. If anybody else out there, you fake it.
I want to shout out real quick, Phoenix. Like last night, like we went to a really dope event.
Yes.
We'll have Remy Martin sponsor the producer showcase and so forth at Tao with Zaytoven hosting it. Nori performing.
Thank you for bringing me, Tone. It was
No
so
doubt.
fun to see Nori. Like, it was
I watch Drink Champs religiously.
Yeah, big
You gotta
big.
relax.
So, but look, we good
Oh.
because I mentioned Drink Champs to Nori. We talked about it real quick.
Exactly.
And he linked me up with Diego. So shouts to Nori, Diego. Right now, you know,
Yeah,
Blended
man.
Podcast. Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, so we just gotta, we gotta do the exchange program. We gotta go hit they show up first, man, and then they show love on our show. So shouts to Drink Champs,
Nori
Nori.
and Art of Rap.
Yo, Gotti, man. Gotti bust.
Exactly.
Gotti bust.
All right.
Prom 2 performed by Yo Gotti, what have you.
You rank it up.
Oh, it was.
Bring it up. I wanted him to do down in the DM. He didn't do that. He left the stage
Hey,
before
he's got
he
some
did that.
hits, man. I didn't know he went that far back with Jay either.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But, yeah.
And then shout out also last night too, late night, we kicked off the Deep House night at Ibiza at was that Embassy night.
Jesse Saunders.
Jesse Saunders, Fernando Alva, this kid named Sam, this Asian kid, Korean kid.
Oh, he was woo!
Oh my goodness. Killed it.
That boy was on fire.
Killed it.
After that, we hit up Legends Room. So shouts out that also shouts out the Legends Room, man.
That's
Let
what's
y'all
up.
know that's what's popping.
So y'all out
It
there
used to be
acting
the
like
old
y'all 20
striptease.
again, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we doing that, you know.
Okay. We do what we do, baby.
Yeah, shouts out to Black Cobra, man. Black Cobra Strike
Oh,
System.
man.
It was his birthday. My boy Dewey, shouts out to One Kick Nick. Like I said, y'all go check them out, man. Legends Room. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm working at right now. Me,
Hey.
Tone.
Am I friends with you guys?
Brother, I hit you on the direct message specifically for that Drink Champs or whatever last
He
night.
did, he did.
Okay?
I'm taking this in life, probably. But
I'm like, this guy.
Look, Pay Pappy,
he's
you
down
don't
with
do
that
nothing no
weed
more.
stuff, whatever. So this would be a perfect thing for him to go to, but you didn't show up.
I didn't
That's
know
on
I didn't
you.
know the depth.
They sound
of
like
it.
a couple
I
of
was like,
ladies
hey,
over
this is
here.
probably- you should go. You know.
It was real simple in
man.
plain English.
I called
okay?
you.
Don't
No,
be
you
a dummy
didn't.
on your smartphone.
He even said, "Text me with your names." Where was I at? What was I doing?
Don't feel bad. I was working last night. I didn't go either.
Were you
I got the
nursing?
video.
Oh,
You was with
man.
Pay.
I really went outside after that and watched. Who was just on Drink Champs? The
Last one I seen was EPMD.
Nah, there was Jermaine Dupri after that. Then there was damn, whatever the last one.
What?
Don't
Man.
be a dummy with the
Yo,
smartphone. Google it.
Gab was doing for our boy Gab was doing security. Shout out to 5-star security.
Five
They was
Star
holding Notre
Security.
down last
Yeah.
night. The team, that
That's who was
security
on there.
team.
Oh, this dude, Irv
3
Gotti.
hours of Irv Gotti.
Wow.
my.
Because Gotti,
And he got some stories.
Yeah, Gotti got mad stories.
Oh, he does
Yeah,
talk.
Gotti got
Oh,
some.
We're
man,
gonna
Jermaine
get cut
Dupri
off
got
here soon. So
stories.
before we
about 2
get
minutes.
cut off, I just
So
wanted to.
JD, of course.
You want to give another shout out, baby?
Yeah, I want to give another shout out to our sponsor, Sleek Socket. Cut the cord clutter. Go to sleeksocket.com. Use promo code INARI, INARI, for 20% off your entire order. Go to sleeksocket.com. Promo code INARI. Thanks to everybody listening.
See, we represent everybody, you know what I mean, on here too. Like, you know, cause we check out the Breakfast Club, we check out Anthony Martinez show, Big Boy in the Mornings, Ebro, Rosenberg and everybody.
I
what have
check
you.
out Chet
Yeah.
Buchanan in the morning zoo.
Yeah, I
I
love
with
Chet.
Mike P in the morning.
I work with Chet several
You know what I'm
times.
saying?
Oh,
Like-
Mike, hey, what up, Mike? Shouts out to Mike.
Shout out to the underground soul music shows like Questlove Supreme, Frozen Files with Scott from what is that label? DJ Scott Free, who signed Mobb Deep, helped Wu-Tang get signed as well. Shout out to those underground soul hip hop shows as well. You know what I'm saying?
Unsigned Hype with the homie Fat Man. I'm getting interviewed tomorrow by him.
Nice.
You know,
That's what's up.
with the homie from Fat Boys.
Ooh.
Not Prince Marky P. Obviously not Buffalo, but Ready Rock. Is it Ready Rock?
Cool Rock Ski.
Cool Rock Ski. My bad.
Yes.
But yes, he'll be on the show with me.
That's what's What's up? The Disco 3.
Yeah.
Brooklyn boys in the house.
First take.
In jail, cause you failed. Crush Crew.
Can you feel it? Oh,
That was dope though, right? I know, I like this song.
Yo,
Cause
Crush
Prince
Crew.
Marky D could rhyme. That was a
Yo.
rhyming Puerto Rican cat,
Yo,
boy.
Fat Boy?
They had bars, man.
Yo,
He likes the Fat Boys a lot.
Like,
Fat-
Him and the
How
orderlies,
group.
the disorderlies.
Disorderlies,
Come on, man.
Crush Groove.
We out of here, y'all.
Fat
Blended.
Boys.
All right.
Blended Podcast. We love y'all, man.
Thank
We doing.
you.
We
Much
check us
love.
out next week. WBKE, Vegas Raw Radio.
yes.